That was without doubt the worst comparing I have ever done. So can you kind of overlook that and just be astoundingly lovely because he's an amazing comic? On 3, 1, 2, 3! What a wonderful Tom Webb!
Good evening. I've heard so much about all of you. It's lovely to get out here and finally meet you. Good evening. Which one was Naomi? Is it you? Oh, you'll make a lovely couple. 5 dates and you've not settled it. You didn't know it was 5? How many? Have you just been dating him and he hasn't known? Like you're just turning up at cafes where he's sat and you just gently brush his hair as you walk past. Another one in the bag. Buy a hat. Oh, bless. Do you think you would like to go out with her? Very much. Oh, and he said that with such sincerity. Well, now there's a shitload of pressure on you, Naomi. Yes! Yes! Yeah! We did it! We did it! We did it! Now everyone get naked and fuck! And naked and fuck! Yeah! I don't know why Blind Date ever came off the air. So happy. You can't do better jokes than that. I've just made people be in love. Fuck yeah. Well done. Oh, we're going to hug so much in the interval. This is lovely here. Hello, I feel like I genuinely know everything about you. I'm from London. Hi. Hi. My name is Tom Webb, although no one on the comedy circuit calls me Tom Webb anymore. Everybody, I think this is pretty snazzy, everybody has started calling me Tiwi. Not because I have over-caffeinated urine. It's not that... Yeah, it's not that kind of Tiwi. It's like in the same way Jennifer Lopez became J-Lo, Tom Webb becomes Tiwi. What? Yeah, what? It's pretty cool, right? You can all do it to your own names until you realise the same way Jennifer Lopez becomes J-Lo, Eddie Murphy becomes Emu. And Amanda Holden becomes A-Hole. Is much less good. I'm having such a lovely time, and today started spectacularly for me. Today, a policeman, a man in authority, a policeman, described my parking as unparalleled. And we've been having a little bit of problem with the police in my household because my flatmate, Simon, he was training to be a police officer and he just got kicked out because he constantly radioed in, "Officer down," when he felt a bit sad. Apparently that is a misuse of facilities. So they took our car away. I had to get the train here from London, which is a bloody delight. I love coming to Brighton to gig. Normally I stay in London and I have to get the tube everywhere, which is a fucking nightmare. Now, give me a cheer if you've been on the tube. Yeah. Give me a cheer if you hate it as much as I do. Yeah. Oh, good, good. We are of like minds. I just find it remarkable in London, which is an angry, hate-filled city. I was born there, and I love it, but I was brought up to never make eye contact with anyone, never smile at anyone. It's one of the reasons I love comedy, because we're all together here. But, like, we're told in London that every rucksack's going to be a bomb and every man's going to be a sexual deviant. You spot them, you know it. But then I find it remarkable that on the London Underground they've then designed a form of public transport where if you're lucky enough to kind of squeeze on and finally find a seat, they force you to just sit and stare at a stranger for the entire fucking ride. Like you've both entered some staring contest, but the only prize is not being stabbed. And terms and conditions do apply, until invariably someone else will come on, then hold on to that little bar and just start to slowly rock their crotch in your face. Turning it from a horrible staring contest into the worst lap dance you didn't know your Oyster card entitled you to. The Tube is the only place you're happy there's advertising, no? Because you'll read fucking anything not to look at this penis gently slapping you in the mouth. Oh, thrush cream, yes, I would like to know more about that. I'll tell this hairy little Harry Potter about it. I'm so sorry. You didn't need it. I'd like to suggest, lovely ladies and gentlemen, that we can make the tube a lot more fun by following the example that they've set on certain trains, where they have the quiet carriage. Because we all fucking love the quiet carriage. But why not allow all carriages on all tubes and trains to have their own theme? So we can have one carriage where Naomi just gets to gently brush men's hair. You can have that. We can have another carriage and it's like Angry Birds and you'd be sat there, oh, use the yellow one, it goes through glass. Or have like, I don't know, a 50 Shades of Grey window and we'll tint the carriages so you can go at yourselves, whatever you need to do. Or like a lap dancing carriage just for you, my friend. Or maybe like a Nando's carriage and then shuffle down and get in a cocktail carriage. And then if ever going to go well for me and Jessica, perhaps a bridal carriage at the end. Back on the quiet carriage we are, Fair enough. I genuinely love it in Brighton so much. I live in Hackney in East London. Give me a cheer if you know it. Well done for not getting stabbed. That is our highest tourist industry. I had a horrible incident that I wanted to tell you about very, very quickly, but I don't have long, the other day. Someone stole my phone. I hope this hasn't happened to anyone. A young man on a bicycle, let's call him a baddie. I don't know him emotionally, but... And he cycled past and he grabbed my phone. I was texting. And I've got to tell you, I think that is fucking skillful. Because I can barely grab an Evening Standard outside a train station without twatting someone else in the fucking eye. This guy was on a bicycle going at pace on a pavement, and that is a double crime. So this guy was fucking committed. I chased after him for a little bit, partly to see if he'd do any more tricks. Don't know, like a wheelie and send an email. He was fucking going for it, this guy. He didn't, but I was running after him in Hackney. And at this point, a car pulled up beside me as I was running and started beeping at me. I genuinely thought I'm about to get mugged by a different kind of vehicle. This is the worst fucking day in the world. But instead, the passenger door flies open and a woman sat inside goes, I saw what happened! Get in! It's fucking... remarkable! In Hackney, there's a high level of crime there. She's just seen it happen. She says, get in. Now, I have to confess to you, and I don't know if any of you have any more experience with this, I've never tried to get into a moving vehicle before. And I don't think Tracy, the 65-year-old woman inside the car, had much experience with it either. We didn't really nail it. It wasn't Dukes of Hazzard, let's say. Just as I get in, she'd speed off and I'd fall off. Then she'd stop and I'd hit my forehead. But eventually we got in and we started speeding around Hackney, by which point the guy on the bicycle had gone. Maybe his best trick to date. But fucking Tracy, who was driving the car, she was on it. She wanted to get this guy, so we drove around Hackney for a little bit. There was one point, I'm tiny, I'm 5'5". Tracy was 65, as she told me. There's one point when I leant over to Tracy and said, if we find him, what are you planning to do? I'm not going to fucking fight this guy. But Tracy just looks me in the eyes, still driving, couldn't give a fuck about where we were going, looks me in the eyes and starts to lean over to her glove box. Just starts nodding. And I looked back at her and went, she went, and we continued driving. I don't know what was in that fucking... I don't know. I think she had a fucking gun! I think she was going to kill a man for my phone! Or give him some mint. Either way, I didn't want to fucking find out what was going on. But eventually she dropped me off at my house, bless her. And I just thought it was a wonderful sign of humanity, isn't it? That someone would do that. I was so upset, and she was so kind to do it. It's lovely when people are lovely. And I got back into my house, and I said, thank you, Tracy. And we had a cup of tea, and she went, oh. And then I realised, I've got to call the insurance, and I've got to call the police and cancel my phone. But of course I don't have a fucking phone with which to fucking do it. So I jumped on my bicycle, cycled off and stole someone else's, Hakuna Matata. Motherfuckers. I have to get off stage. I would love to talk to you forever, but you've got a wonderful Merrill Walk coming on. You're going to have a bloody lovely time. I'm getting the 10:47 train back to London. If anyone wants to join me for that, we can make that carriage anything you want to fucking do. You've been a delight. Enjoy your night. Thank you. Good night.
I like to imagine that the glove box opened and the only noise coming from inside the glove box was macaroni!